In this week's SME feature, we speak to Nonhlanhla Zwane, the owner of Stiletto Style Avenue. Nonhlanhla, tell us about your business.
Stiletto Style Avenue is my brainchild. She's a year old, more or less. She was born last year around June. That's when I registered the business officially.
Okay.
But I started basically working and getting to selling the shoes in October. Though I had done research on shoes and was selling to colleagues and friends close to me 2 years prior to that. So while I was doing that, when I was in the corporate sector, I was also researching and basically getting down my business plan for me to start the business.
Yeah. Now, why shoes? Stilettos in particular?
Who doesn't love stilettos? To be honest, let's be honest, like as a woman, there's a difference when you're wearing flats as compared to when you're wearing heels. You actually feel sexier.
Yeah.
The confidence, there's a confidence boost. Like, so why heels? When are we ever not going to stop wearing shoes? It's a business. It's a lifetime business. Like, even though it can be a bit volatile, but it's a lifetime thing. You just need to know how to structure the whole business aspect of it and how to market the shoe. I think to make ladies really, really want to buy into the shoe, because ladies love something that's exclusive.
Yeah.
They don't want something that's everywhere. You need to have like walk into a room and own it.
True.
Yeah.
True. Now, how do you source the shoes that you have?
Okay, I forged relationships with my people abroad. I've got designers that I work with, that I collaborate with, and I bring in shoes, and that's how I source the shoes. Like it's everything is abroad.
And what's that process like, having to ship them, I'm assuming, to South Africa? Well,
Yes.
What has that experience been like?
In the beginning, it was a bit difficult. I don't want to lie, because you learn that there's a lot of other expenses. Like, when you start your business, like you've got this plan and it's going to be ABC and this is how much it's going to cost for you to do this thing. And then there's other factors that come into play, and like including your duties, your tax and whatnot. And you need to be clever and smart about how you bring the shipment in, because I'm not bringing in as an individual, but as a business.
Yeah.
So you need to be smart on cutting costs when it comes to that, so that it doesn't impact too much on your consumer or the person that's buying your product. So, yeah.
Now, being a year old, how have you been received?
Quite well. Like, the reception has been well. I was actually overwhelmed by the reception, more so when you're recognized by the likes of Nkosi, like people that gave you platforms, like at Mercedes-Benz Fashion Week, to collaborate with, with me in terms of the shoe side of things. So it's been very, very well received. Even Vuzu, I've had some shoes appear on Vuzu TV. So that's been a wow factor for me, considering I'm so new.
Now, social media, it seems to have played quite a big role in your type of business. I mean, ladies will see the shoes and think, I want. How has that experience been on the social media side?
To be honest, if it wasn't for social media, I would not exist. Because it put me on the map. That's how people sourced me out, like to collaborate with me, other young businesswomen, to give me platforms to have like things like pop-ups, like the likes of Nonhlanhla. They put me out there. So it's been a very good exposure on my part. Also Instagram, like Instagram is it's a power tool. It's really influential, even with buying power. Like you'd find that a lot of clientele we actually get from Instagram above and beyond any other platform.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's been quite a wow experience.
Now, what challenges have you faced? You've mentioned the shipment side of the challenges. Any other challenges?
There's lots. There's lots. The first being when you're new in a business like a shoe business. Ladies are used to walking into a store. They want to touch, they want to feel, they want to fit the shoe. And here you are online and they don't know who you are. Are you doing sinister stuff or whatnot? No. So there's a trust barrier and trust factor in the beginning. And what's nice is how I I'm still overcoming that, is by, it's like branding by association. when you work with trusted brands already, like the likes of your Kosinkosi, the likes of your Ntozinhle. So when people see that you're really working and people are around you that see your work or see what you bring to the table, then that's when the clientele like infiltrates, like it just comes my way, and the ladies come and they're like, try you out. Oh, okay, fine. Let me buy this, let me buy that. And then when they see the quality of your shoe as well, that's when they're like, oh, okay, I'm going to come back and actually buy more.
That's wonderful.
Because quality is a big factor when it comes to shoes.
Yes, most definitely. Because, I mean, like you said, a lot of people enjoy walking into a store and they know exactly what brand they are going to buy, and it's a trusted brand.
Exactly.
Now, what are your views on the current SME or entrepreneurial space in South Africa right now?
I think there's too few of us taking part in starting up businesses. I wish there was more so with us, like African, or let me say just my people, I wish there was more of us in that space and more of us starting businesses, not just for ourselves. Like we are sole proprietors, but we need to branch out, like think big in terms of employing other people. Like your plan, though you're alone right now, like for me, like the plan needs to involve like getting other people on board, like, teaching them stuff, from what you've learned, the mistakes that you've made, so that they can avoid those kind of mistakes. Because in the long term, long run, I would like to have ladies do this for me. Like sell the shoes for me. Like it's not something that I'm going to do now forever. Oh man, like, you are the one, when my e-commerce store is up and running, and then I can have other ladies that love Instagram and they love, looking good with shoes and stuff like that they can do this for me.
Yeah.
They source the shoes from me. So that's what I want to do. So it's very difficult for us as entrepreneurs. I think people are scared to leave their comfort zone. It's nice having a paycheck. I'm from a background where I was getting a paycheck in a corporate sector every month. And when I was still selling shoes in that environment, I was very comfortable. Like I wouldn't push to sell lots of shoes in a month because okay, I've got my salary and this is just a bonus, it will be my petrol money or whatever. So I think people are very scared and we need to branch out and get out of those comfort zones.
Speaking of those comfort zones, how easy or how difficult was it for you to jump from a corporate space into your own space, so to speak?
It was difficult. You need to downsize. You're used to a certain lifestyle. You used to having money to play with, and and that doesn't happen anymore. Like when you decide to venture into doing something for yourself, you are everything. You are the one that needs to see to finish that. Every cent that you make is used wisely, and you need to really, really, really cut down on expenses. And every cent that you make actually goes back into the business when you're still new, to be honest. So it gets more difficult the more the business grows, because in the beginning you were just sourcing the shoes and bringing them in, but now when your plans start to unfold and now your money is going towards you setting up the website, you're doing all these things, you're branding, and you want to do, because you can't hire a team to do those things. You are the one that needs to stand up and do those things. So that's the part where it gets a bit tricky.
Some of the people that we've spoken to on this platform have raised issues about starting capital. What was your experience with starting capital? Do you think that it's something that one needs, it's imperative to start a business, or you keep going for as long as you can?
I think it depends on the type of business that you're starting out with, because some businesses need a smaller money, whereas mine, like, it's a bit of an expensive exercise, to be honest. Though I started self-funded, to be honest. Like, I think I started with 50,000 rand. That's money that I had for myself, like in an investment, and that's how I started when I started bringing out the shoes. But like I say, when the money divides now, it's hard to restock on a larger scale. So you need to kind of like find ways to solidify even your business plan and kind of like find ways to get funding. I'm fortunate. I actually just found an investor of sort, and what's nice is he's my brother, but he's very strict. It doesn't mean that he went out and just became my investor because now I'm just his sister. No, he was very strict. Like, it's been a long time that I've been trying to pitch this thing for him, and he just wasn't buying into it because the numbers need to be right. You need to know your story. So it's only now that I found somebody that is actually willing to back me up. It's not easy, but you need it.
Yeah. Now, tell me about what advice you would have in your infancy in a business. What advice would you have for somebody who wants to jump ship?
Be ready for drastic changes. You need to let go of a lot. Lifestyle, living, forget about it. There's a lot of sleepless nights here. You know, money matters. You stay up. There's a lot of thinking and thought processes that come into play. It's not as easy as it looks, because when we're posting and whatnot, it looks so wow and so
wonderful.
glamorous. And people don't know you didn't sleep that night. Like, and your morning post is so gorgeous. Like, you know, so there's a lot of work to be done, groundwork. And I think you need to you live and breathe your brand as well if you want longevity and to sustain it, because it's easy to start something, but staying afloat is a different ball game. You know, it's easy. I could start a nail business today. I could start hair tomorrow, whatever. But if I'm not passionate about it, then what is the point? So you need to really love what you're going to do.
Lastly, where to for Stiletto Style Avenue?
Where to? Obviously, Greater Heights. Greater Heights. Like I've been saying, I think throughout the interview, that the next step now would be launching my e-commerce store. I think that would help with the service as well. It would be quicker, you know, because people can just click on, because now when you load a shoe, say on Instagram, Facebook, anywhere, and it just has a link and somebody just clicks on it, they can see what sizes are available and they just purchase off the bat without me having to be involved in the process. So that is the next step right now for my business. And an image. Like I'm trying to get myself, you know, you learn as you start and you grow and whatnot. So I'm trying to create an image for my business. That way it's going to be more memorable. Like, you know, when somebody thinks of my shoes, like, or sees something, automatically it should be like, that must be, it must be Stilettos. So that's what I'm trying to do right now. So that's what's next. I'm taking it a step at a time.
That sounds great.
Yeah.
We wish you all the best.
Thank you.
That was Nonhlanhla Zwane, the owner of Stiletto Style Avenue, in this week's SME feature.